Hello, Oracles! Merry Christmas to you! Today, I am going to go over my bear case price targets for the next 10 years. I also did an ultra bear case scenario, so I'll share a couple of those numbers at the end as well. But just wanted to wish you guys all a Merry Christmas for those of you who do celebrate. For anyone else, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. So here's my gift to you this morning. I updated my valuation model yesterday for my bear case. I will do the base case and bull case scenario once I see December production numbers coming out of Shanghai, because I wanted to update that before I put that one out for you guys. So here we go. Let's go over my price targets for the next 10 years in my bear case. So I'll start with 2021. I know we're going to get the real numbers in about a month. But just to throw out my rough ballparks based on what we have, I'm looking at 890,000 vehicles delivered, with margins only coming in at 30%, coming down a little bit based upon the other two factories just starting to ramp because they're about to open. Brought that down a little bit. The PE ratio right now is 345, so I put that at about 300 for when we hit the end of January, and that puts us at a price target of 1458. So, we're close enough right now where a bear scenario really isn't going to affect things much right now. So in 2022, I've got 1.4 million vehicles getting delivered, holding a 30% margin because of the two factories ramping, putting a 175 PE ratio on it. We're looking at a price target of 1639 to finish off 2022. 2023, we've got 2.1 million vehicles getting delivered. Margins do bump up a little bit because the factories have ramped. The margins can catch up, similar to what they did in Shanghai, but they only go up to 31% because, they're still struggling with margins at that point in my bear case. And I'm dropping the PE ratio down to 150 for 2023 for a price target of 2541. In 2024, I have the average vehicle price dropping a little bit with more Model Ys going out there. And at that point, the $25,000 vehicle is going to start bringing down the average cost a bit. So I brought that into play. We've got 3.2 million vehicles getting produced, just under that getting delivered. Margins go up a little bit, but it stays steady because we know that the $25,000 vehicle is not going to produce as much with margins. So I've got them at 32% margins there, and a price target at the end of 2024 of $2,839. In 2025, it's much of the same, just larger numbers. Average vehicle cost will be the same at about $42,000. 4.75 million vehicles getting produced, 4.7 million of those being delivered. We've got margins at about 33% at that point. I think they're going to start, they figure things out, get things more cost effective. And so at the bottom line here for the price target, we've got 3432 for a price target in 2025. So that is still over a 3x from where we are today. 2026, I see the price coming down. I see a lot more of the $25,000 vehicle being sold. I see that becoming the largest selling vehicle for Tesla by far at this point. So it'll bring the average cost down to about $40,000. And robotaxis will start, but I put a very, very minimal dollar amount on it. We don't know what it's going to be, so for me, I put in just $1 million of revenue in. So it's so minuscule, doesn't even factor in much to the numbers here in 2026. Margins will come up though because they're going to have services, stuff that they could buy for their Tesla inside for games and all of that nature. And robotaxis will be highly profitable. Plus with insurance boosting up, I've got that as well. Most of this I have energy at a linear growth. For me, I didn't take too much of that into account yet because this is my bear case. And in my bear case, I wanted to keep energy basically linear throughout most of this. So for 2026, price target is $3,768. In 2027, we are up to 8 million vehicles produced per year. We've got 7.9 million delivered. Our margins are about 35%, so we are still creeping up. We're just not getting to that point where, Tesla thought they were going to get at the 40%. It's just not going to get there. Expenses were too high. We've got competition actually doing things. We've got potential macro environment stuff bringing the entire market down. And so at the end of 2027, I've got the price target at 48.23. 2028, we've got 10 million vehicles produced, which is halfway to the goal that Tesla has set for itself of 20 million vehicles produced in 2030. So they've got that. They've got 36% margins. Of those 10 million produced, they end up delivering 9.9 million and a price target of 62.46 at the end of 2028. 2029, I see the average vehicle cost coming down. I do believe that Tesla will be working on a sub $20,000 vehicle that will in turn bring the price of the average price of the vehicles down. So I've got that brought down. 12.5 million vehicles produced and just over 12 million delivered. With margins still creeping about the same at 36%, they're just not going to hit their 40%. And price target there at 67.85. And now at this point, I've got a forward PE ratio on this at 55. Looking at things like where is Apple at right now at about a 31 PE. You know, I see Tesla being, you know, further up the S curve than it is now, obviously, but you know, they're still at that point going to be earlier down on it. So looking at where Apple's at a 31, Tesla will be slightly before that. So imagine Apple back in like 2015, that would be similar to where I've got it priced out. In 2030, where Tesla said they would have 20 million vehicles produced, they fall short at 15 million, don't come in that high. So they didn't manage to get those in. Margins still bump up a little bit to 37%. But because of all that, the price target is looking at about 83.47. 2031, they've got 17.5 million vehicles produced. I don't even have AI bots in here in this, assuming that the AI bot just doesn't come to fruition at this point. It gets delayed 3-4 years. I don't even have it in my 10-year for my bear case. So no AI bot in this. Margins hold at 37%. And PE ratio I held at 55, and it's a $9,360 price target for 2031. And now for 2032, for my full 10-year price target, they've finally hit their 20 million vehicles produced that their goal was. They end up delivering just under that with 19.8 million delivered. Average price of the vehicles is about $37,000. Margins at 37%. And we have I kept a PE ratio at 55 at it for that point for a price target of 2032 of $10,500. So about a 10x from today. And now just for comparison for my 10-year price target in my ultra bear scenario, this is where nothing goes right. We have factories not ramping at the speeds that they want. We have competition actually producing and holding Tesla back. We have macro environment issues. We have margins not hitting it, margins at 35%, not even coming close to the 20 million vehicles produced in 2032, only having 15 million produced. Robo-taxis don't even become a thing. No AI bots, none of that. So my ultra bear target for 2032 is 64.71. Again, that's still a 6x from where we are today. Not bad, but definitely this is like a 1% scenario that I've got on there. I just threw it out there because I'm like, I wanted to do worst of the worst possible case scenario. And so that's my ultra bear. So 2032 would still be $6,471 in my ultra bear case. Let me know in the comments below, based on my bear case, would you still be interested in buying Tesla stock at the prices they are today? I know for me, I would. I did a rough, almost like a bear slash base case when I first did all of this. And even at that point, it was over $15,000 in 2032. So I said I will get my, my base case up to you guys after the first of the year, once we get the January numbers in from Shanghai. And I'll share those with you guys. And so I'll get the base case updated at that point. But again, let me know in the comments what you think about the bear case. Otherwise, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, wonderful Merry Christmas. I will see you guys all later. Thank you so much.